Currently, there is no uniform standard for providing period products for inmates in Wisconsin. That means in some prisons, inmates have to purchase their menstrual products.
Our Wisconsin State Capitol Bureau Chief Vanessa Kelson explains how legislation would change that.
On Wednesday, advocates pushed lawmakers to pass 2 bills to increase access to hygiene products for inmates. The Bipartisan Committee on Corrections heard hours of testimony from advocates, law enforcement, and those previously incarcerated.
In Wisconsin's correctional facility, incarcerated people are provided only the most minimal hygiene supplies: a small bar of soap, a tiny tube of toothpaste.
Democratic State Senator LaTanya Johnson says everything else, like shampoos, deodorant, and period products, must be purchased through the prison's commissary.
At the same time, most incarcerated people earn just a few cents per hour.
The Democratic-authored bills would require the Wisconsin Department of Corrections to give inmates non-toxic pads, tampons, and period cups for free.
Because while incarcerated, I experienced the humiliation of having to ask for staff for basic hygiene products, sometimes being denied, sometimes being made to feel like my body itself was a problem.
The other bill would cap the price of most hygiene products, require access to culturally sensitive products, and give a $25 a month stipend for inmates to afford hygiene products in jail.
What is really important that we treat people with dignity.
Critics of the bill say while they're for ensuring access to products, these bills would create financial burdens for local budgets.
While AB 741 provides $6.4 million for DOC to implement these requirements, it provides no funding for county sheriffs to meet the bill's requirements.
Next up, the bills are awaiting a vote in the committee before it can be scheduled for a floor vote. From the Wisconsin State Capitol, Vanessa Kelson.